What's up, everybody? It's Wukepedia here. I'm going to do a game review on a game called Icarus. Just recently came out, and I have been playing this game for about 140 hours. I have one character at level 99, which is the level cap currently, and then I have a second character due to some other technicalities at level 35. So my review is going to be I'm basing my review on what I experienced. They're saying that this game is fully released, and I did play in the beta. This is not a fully polished game. Now, if they would have said that this is a beta release, this is a really good beta game. Absolutely. And honestly, like, spoilers, 9 out of 10. I love this game. It's been a lot of fun. I didn't play it 140 hours in this short amount of time for no reason. So I'm going to go over kind of pros and cons and kind of explain our experience with it. So the progression felt really good. In this game, there's tech trees, kind of like engrams with Ark, where you get blueprint points every time you level up, and you unlock different buildings and equipment. And then there's also a talent tree, just like a standard talent tree with like an MMO. And then there's 4 sections here, and then there's another section with 3 more, and then another section with 4 more, and then a solo only. The talents, they're really good and they're strong, and they change the way you play the game, but we don't get enough talent points. There's some really hard decisions to make, and the reason I made the second character is because you stop getting talent points at level 40, and we didn't know this until after we just stopped getting them. There might have been a way for us to find that out, but we knew that the max level was 99, so we were just spending points left and right willy-nilly. And here's me almost done with the bow talent tree, and I couldn't finish it because I ran out of points. So, but there's a lot of really great decision making to go into this. Just know you stop getting points at 40. There's really you can emphasize the stuff that you enjoy most about the game, or make easier the things you don't like doing about the game. You really can't do both very easily. But with this many choices, like, so you can see how many points I've put. I've basically filled out about 2/3 of one tree and half of a couple others. And nothing else. Just we're so limited on our talent points. So that decision making was a little bit too constrained. I really hope that they add more talent points in the future. But there were good, meaningful choices to make. And I will say my graphics card is not up to par. I believe they're saying you need to have like a 1080 or better for minimum requirements. I was running this on a 1050 Ti, and it ran mostly good on low graphics, but that's what I kind of expected. I'm under the minimum requirements. It was playable most of the time, and I had a great time on it. I'll show you guys a little bit in game here too, but I wanted to also talk about with the progression. It's not just the talents. So this game is kind of a session based survival game, so it's more about restarting quickly and often. And that's why we went into the gathering tree to gather things more quickly, because you have to do that every time you start. Now, there's this thing called the workshop, which is almost like another whole talent tree. You can research and create items that you'll take with you to start each mission. And depending on what you would like to do, if you want to be the hunter, the gatherer, you want to be the hunter, you want to be the miner, you want to be the logsman, you can pick different things. And there was fairly interesting choices to make there as well. I think the modules could use some work. It's not a lot of choices there, but some really useful stuff that replaces a lot of the blueprints that you would use. So like, here's a canteen, and you can spawn in with this. It's empty, but you can spawn in with it. So then if you go to the blueprints, I'll go back here. So like in tier 1, I believe it is called just a water skin or something. Maybe it's tier 2? It's gotta be tier 1. I didn't prepare for this at all. Anyway, there's a leaky thing you can put water in, and having that canteen is great. The third, here it is, water skin. So if you have this blueprint, it's almost wasted as soon as you have that canteen that you spawn in with. And then in tier 3, there's actually a canteen, but it takes steel and leather, and steel is like a tier 2 type metal alloy mix that you have to do. So it's actually quite convenient to not have to spend some of your steel to make this, and you already have it from the start. So yeah, that's one problem I actually had, is some of the loadout from your workshop invalidates the blueprints you're using. It almost gives you buyer's remorse on a lot of that stuff. So I'll take a look at the new prospect menu. They actually just updated this. You start over here, and there's these little pinwheels is what we've been calling them. So like there's this keystone mission, and it unlocks a spider web of missions. And there's 2 separate storylines that kind of come back and they converge, and then they split up again. So like the bottom is the desert usually, and top is the desert usually. Well, maybe only on this one. And the bottom is like the winter zone. But then there's also Riverlands and stuff like that, where it takes you back together. And we've had a lot of fun. We've obviously, if anyone has played the game, I've bought a lot of stuff for both of my characters, and I still have 3,400 currency and 1,200 exotics. Mining exotics is like an unobtainium, like a special ore type thing, and it was a lot of fun discovering how to do that in the missions, and then pursuing that later on. I felt like the tech up duration was a little bit long to get there, but it was still felt really rewarding when we cleared a whole map and we got like 800 exotics. So the mission rewards as well from the prospects. So I'll open one of these up. Like you get 200 space bucks is what we were calling it. Some of these will actually reward exotics now, and they didn't before. They felt good. We got up to this mission here, and it was a 600 mission. We didn't know how long it would take, and it took a very long time, but it was really cool for us to get that 600 mission. And the way that they reward your team members for doing it is, as long as a person has participated in your mission, at any time before the mission is complete, you all get paid the same amount. Now, if that's 5 minutes at the start, or if it's 5 minutes in the middle, or if it's 5 minutes right before you finish at the end, everybody gets paid. So it was a really great way for us to kind of leapfrog and half play with each other and not leave our friends behind. Excuse me, I'm recovering. But if you join after the mission is complete, you won't get paid, but you will still get credit for finishing the mission and your story progression. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, it was literally 9 out of 10 on this game. If you guys are fans of 7 Days, Ark, Rust, anything like that, any survival game, Minecraft even, like, this is a really great game. I will pop into my outpost here. Oh, I don't have one here. I thought it was... So you guys can see what the game looks like. And I'm spawning in with, like, a full set of armor and everything. But it was a lot of fun. The food was interesting. They kind of stole Valheim's food progression. And so instead of just growing your character's health as you level up, which you can do a little bit with talents, you grow your character's health and stamina progression by making more and more advanced food recipes, which make your character tougher, run fast or farther or whatever, and have more resistances and things like that. And you can see this looks really potato. It's really bad graphics on low, but I'm way behind on that. This game actually looks beautiful if you watch somebody with a real graphics card play this. But yeah, so like it's when you're up close, you can kind of tell it looks pretty nice, but it's kind of a grindy, gathery game, and you get to keep doing it over and over. Like the first time you play through, it'll take you an hour or two to kind of get up to like where you're doing metal stuff comfortably. The next time you'll have iron stuff in like 20 minutes. So like it's the progression is great. I highly recommend this game. If there's anyone out there that has any questions, feel free to go in the comments. I watch my videos pretty closely for comments. But yeah, I just wanted to get this out there. If you guys want like a tips video or something, I could probably do that too. But I'm going to be putting this on the shelf for now. I'm excited to see what they do with this because there are 2 additional chapters planned for this game. So like beta 1, 2, and 3. Yet it's a full release game. I hope we don't have to pay for the chapters. That might be a little bit of a... yeah. But I hope you guys enjoy this game if you do decide to try it out. And Merry Christmas.